Namaskar, I am Dr. Rajat Kumar. I would like to take this opportunity to wish Indian School Darsit for the upcoming great event, Inter-School Talent First ISTF 2021. And all the very best to all participants from the 21 schools and especially the Center for Special Education in Oman. I love you all. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Aparna Das here. I take this opportunity to wish Indian School Darsit, my school, a great success in their upcoming mega event, Inter-School Talent Fest 2021. All the very best to all the participants from 21 different schools and from the Center for Special Education in Oman. May the best win. Thank you.
I wish to take this opportunity to wish Indian School Darsit all success in organizing this Indian School Talent Fest competition amongst all the schools in Oman, and may the best student win this. Good luck to everyone.
Hi everyone, this is Sandeep Menon. I take this opportunity to wish Indian School Darsit great success in their upcoming mega event, Inter-School Talent Fest 2021. All the best for all the participants from 21 school and the Center for Special Education in Oman. May the best win. Take care. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. This is Renji Kangul, yours Giri Shetan in Tinglaj Nation Film. I would like to take this opportunity to wish Indian School Darsit for the upcoming event, Inter-School Talent First. All the best for all the participants of the program. Love you all. Happy New Year. Thank you.
I take the opportunity to wish Indian School Darsit great success in upcoming mega event Inter-School Talent Fest ISTF 2021. All the very best to all the participants from 21 schools and the Center of Special Education in Oman. May the best win. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, respected principals, staff and students of all Indian schools in Oman, beloved parents and all others who are listening to us today. Greetings from Indian School Darsit. On behalf of the President and other esteemed members of the School Management Committee, principal, staff and students, my friend Mohammad Rayan and I, Aditi MS from grade 11, are privileged to extend a warm welcome to the third edition of Inter-School Talent Fest ISTF 2021 under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman.
This edition of ISTF 2021 centers on the theme Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav as we celebrate and commemorate the 75 glorious years of progressive India. ISTF stands out as a great event, giving opportunities to unleash the potential of the students across kindergarten to class 12 from 21 Indian schools in Oman and the Center for Special Education under a single banner.
Among the 5,871 odd entries registered from various schools, 1,581 shortlisted performances were adjudicated by eminent and efficient judges across the globe. They offered their time and expertise and volunteered to evaluate around 37 events under various categories.
Kindly note that these events are not competitive in nature, and we are delighted to present before you the performances of the students who secured A+ grades in each category. The top-notch events of this mega cultural extravaganza will be streamed on 3 different channels.
We are ever grateful to our generous sponsors who have always stood by us for any event at Indian School Darsit. We take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to each of them with a video presentation that is coming up next.
نور غزال تضيف طعما للحياة، نور غزال تضيف طعما للحياة، نور غزال أحلى لذات.
Favorite brand in Sultanate of Oman for more than 2 decades. Noor Ghazal, health and happiness.
We are Oman's first money exchange. Bring home your exchange. We exchange trust.
Each day brings us new thoughts, new words, new strength, and endless possibilities. A day begun with a prayer brightens us, enlightens us, and brings the reflective spirit to our body and mind. So, let's start the event with the prayer song presented by the school choir trained by our own music teachers.
गच्छत्वं संवदत्वं सम्भो मनासि जानता सङ्गच्छत्वं संवदत्वं सम्भो मनासि जानता देवाभागं यदा पूर्वे देवाभागं यदा पूर्वे सञ्जानाना उपासते देवाभागं यदा पूर्वे सञ्जानाना उपासते समानेव आकुति समाना हृदयानिव समानमस्तु वो मनो यतावत् सुसहासते समानमस्तु वो मनो यतावत् सुसहासते सङ्गच्छत्वं संवदत्वं सम्भो मना जानता सङ्गच्छत्वं संवदत्वं सम्भो मनासि जानता सम्भो मनासि जानता सम्भो मनासि जानता.
Now we present before you a glimpse of today's events happening simultaneously on 3 ISTF channels.
Stay tuned for the events lined up on this channel. Hope you have a great time.
A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of Indian School Dasit, my friend Niveda Srikumar and I, Ashwin Raja, extend a warm welcome to the dignitaries, teachers, parents and students of all the Indian schools in Oman to commemorate the events of Indian School Talent Fest 2021. The cultural extravaganza organized by Indian School Dasit under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman.
Dance as an art form is the epitome of grace and elegance. It brings to us the nuances of charm and vibrant life. The pose and the postures never fail to captivate. It depicts the cultural aspects of a civilization.
India has many dance forms pertaining to every region. The custom, the culture, and the ethnicity is depicted in these dance forms. From the very ancient times, the classical dance forms of India is considered as a discipline and a way to devote yourself to God through art.
So, get ready for a whirlwind of joy and excitement. Without further ado, let us prepare for a spectacular start to the function.
It is really amazing to see the enthusiasm and the talent of the participants. So, hold your heart and witness the best performances of the most talented participants across the 21 Indian schools in Oman.
Bharatanatyam, a prominent Indian classical dance form, presumably the oldest classical dance heritage of India, is regarded as mother of many other Indian classical dance forms. The dance encompasses music, rhythm, and expressions performed to perfection and always adheres to Natya Shastra.
Here, we present the splendid A+ performances of all the 21 Indian schools across Oman.
Let's begin with a lovely performance by Devna Ramya Josh from Indian School Salala.
Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkrita dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. ഭാരത കഥയിൽ ധർമ്മിയൻ പുകൾ കൊണ്ടവനേ ജം ത കും ത രി കെ ത ത ക ത കും ത രി കെ ത ത ക ത ജം ത ജം ത ജം ജം ത കും ത രി കെ ത ത ക ത കും ത രി കെ ത ത ക ത ജം ത ജം ത ജം ജം ത കും ത രി കെ
பாரத கதையினே தர்மியனும் புகழ் கொண்டவனே ஆதி பாண்டவனே ஆனும் தொந்ததானும் நொந்ததானும் தொந்தானும் நொந்ததானும் நொந்ததானும் தத்தா ருக்குதா கிட்ட ருக்குதா தன்ன ருக்குதா ஜுன்னு ருக்குதா திம்மி ருக்குதா கிட்ட ருக்குதா தன்ன ருக்குதா ஜுன்னு ருக்குதா திம்மி கிட்ட தன்ன ஜுன்னு திம்மி திம் பிரதரகதம்தா திம் பிரதரகதம்தா திம் பிரதரகதம் பாரத கதையிலே தர்மியனும் புகழ் கொண்டவனே ஆதி பாண்டவனே கவச குண்டலனே பார்த்தல் நித்தம் பயம் கொண்ட வீர பிள்ளாளனே கவச குண்டலனே கவச குண்டலனே கவச குண்டலனே கவச குண்டலனே கவச குண்டலனே பார்த்தல் நித்தம் பயம் கொண்ட வீர பிள்ளாளனே ஆதவன் மகனாய் பிறந்தாய் நீ அதிரதன் மைந்தனாய் வளர்ந்தாய் அத்திர வித்யில் முதல்வனாய் நின்றாய் அங்க தேச கதிபனாய் வந்தாய் பாரத கதையினில் தர்மியனும் புகழ் கொண்டவனே மனம் தானுனக்கு கோவில் உனை பாட வாழ்த்தின கோவில் வேணமோ சரித்திரனே தயர்ம பாலனே மகா சரித்திரனே மகா சரித்திரனே கர்ணா
That was indeed a graceful performance.
While writing the Nati Shastra, our ancient scholar Bharat Muni might not have thought that rasa and bhava of his writing will last for a millennia. Our next performance is a tiny step to continue his legacy. Here we have Aparna Rajiv from Indian School Dasit.
performance. Now, let's have a mesmerizing performance by Bhagyashri Unnikrishna Pillai from Indian School, Muscat.
பகலவன் ஒளி வீச உடனே பரமனின் முகம் தன்னில் அது வீச பறைகளும் திமிலையும் முரசவும் இசைத்திட
superb performance and it indeed mesmerized us.
Dance forms never run out of gracefulness, but it indefinitely trains our mind to enjoy the nuances more and more. Our next performance is by Diya Prijit from Indian School Muscat. fine and excellent performance.
We are spellbound with all the performances so far and are keen to see more such magnificent performances. Next, we have Avantika Ranjit from Indian School Dasit. Amazing! What a performance! Very clean and perfect steps.
Perfect moves, perfect expressions, perfect music. This is a sure component of classical dance form. Now, let's welcome Darshana Nair Sunil from Indian School Al-Gubra.
शक्ति अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी
it was, spellbound and speechless.
The costume, the artistic endowments, the complete ensemble, and the performance has left us speechless this morning. What an incredible journey it is. The next performer is Johanna Elsa Jijo from Indian School Al Seeb.
गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोविंद गोवर्धन गिरिधर गोविंद गोकुल बालक परमानंदा 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 गोवर्धन गिरिधर श्रीवत्साङ्कित श्रीवत्साङ्कित श्रीकौस्तुभधर श्रीवत्साङ्कित श्रीकौस्तुभधर भावक भयहर पाहि मुकुन्दा भावक भयहर पाहि मुकुन्दा गोवर्धन गिरिधर पाटित सुर रिपु पतप वृंदा पावन चरितय परमृत कंदा पाटित सुर रिपु पतप वृंदा पावन चरितय परमृत कंदा नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरणा नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरणा नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरणा नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरणा नाट्य रसोत्कट नाट्य रसोत्कट नाट्य नाट्य रसोत्कट नानाभरणा नारायण तीर्थ नारायण तीर्थ अर्चित चरणा नारायण तीर्थ अर्चित चरणा नारायण तीर्थ अर्चित चरणा
well choreographed dance performance.
Wow, really incredible. The dancers have held captive everyone. The poetry of footsteps, a blend of cosmic tune and divine music, really proved as icing on the cake for this event. Thank you very much for this fabulous performance.
The major role in selecting and categorizing must have been a tedious process for the judges, as every performance is excellent. We thank the judges panel, Kalamandala Miss Hemalata, Miss Ramya S, and Dr. Smita Naveen for having taken time off their busy schedule to judge and finalize the best performances. Here comes the audio visual of the judges.
Hello everyone. I had a lot of fun judging this contest and learned so many things. Congratulations to all my dear students, and thank you very much ISTF team for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you so much and all the best.
نور غزال تضيف طعما للحياة نور غزال تضيف طعما للحياة نور غزال أحلى لذات
Favorite brand in Sultanate of Oman for more than 2 decades. Noor Ghazal, health and happiness.
Now, let's move on to the next category of events, which is the Indian light music solo. Music can have a profound effect on both the emotions and the body. Music has the power to quieten your mind and relax your muscles, making you feel soothed and adds to one's well-being.
Light music bridges the gap between classical and popular music. It has a strong emphasis on melody, and as such, it is designed to appeal to a wider audience than more serious forms of the classical music tradition.
As Clay Aiken rightly said, a song can be more than words and music. When sung with soul, a song carries you to another world, to a place where no matter how much pain you feel, you are never alone.
Music has an incredible power to make us go beyond our own barriers and explore other possibilities. It's really connected to our heart, so sit back and enjoy.
That's indeed true. Let's begin with a mesmerizing musical performance by Purnashri Praveen from Indian School Muladda.
ഇന്ദ്രരവം പൂത്തുലഞ്ഞു ചൈത്ര പൗർണമിരാവിൻ പൂനിലാവിൻ പുടവ ചാർത്തും യാമിനി നീ സുരസുന്ദരി ഇന്ദ്രരവം പൂത്തുലഞ്ഞു ചൈത്ര പൗർണമിരാവിൻ പൂനിലാവിൻ പുടവ ചാർത്തും യാമിനി നീ സുരസുന്ദരി ഒഴുകി വരുമീ മന്ദമാരുതൻ ചന്ദന ശിലയിൽ നിന്നോ
ചന്ദന ശിലയിൽ നിന്നോ ഉരുകിയലിയുമീ വെണ്ണിലാവ് സോമരസം പകരുന്നു ഉരുകിയലിയുമീ വെണ്ണിലാവ് സോമരസം പകരുന്നു. ഇന്ദ്രരവം പൂത്തുലഞ്ഞു ചൈത്ര പൗർണമി രാവിൻ എവിടെ എന്നാത്മാനു രാഗഗായകൻ എവിടെ നിന്നുണരുമാ ഗന്ധർവ ഗായകൻ ഗന്ധർവ വീണതൻ ശ്രുതി ചേർന്നു മൂളുന്ന ഇരവിൻ്റെ സംഗീതം ഒരു സാന്ത്വനം ഗന്ധർവ വീണതൻ ശ്രുതി ചേർന്നു മൂളുന്ന ഇരവിൻ്റെ സംഗീതം ഒരു സാന്ത്വനം. ഇന്ദ്രരവം പൂത്തുലഞ്ഞു ചൈത്ര പൗർണമി രാവിൻ പൂനിലാവിൻ പുടവ ചാർത്തും യാമിനി നീ സുരസുന്ദരി യാമിനി നീ സുരസുന്ദരി.
It was really an enchanting piece. Every music gives us memories and takes us through the yesteryears, giving us the joy we experienced at some point of our life. Here we have Wafa Sadiq from Indian School Salala.
ഒഴുകും പുഴയുടെ ഈണത്തിലും തഴുകും തെന്നലിൻ താളത്തിലും ഒഴുകും പുഴയുടെ ഈണത്തിലും തഴുകും തെന്നലിൻ താളത്തിലും കൈരളി പാടുമീ മലയാള പഴമയിൽ കാണുവതേതൊരു ഭാവം നീ തേടുവതേതൊരു ഗീതം ഒഴുകും പുഴയുടെ ഈണത്തിലും തഴുകും തെന്നലിൻ താളത്തിലും കഥകളി നർത്തനമുദ്രകളിൽ ലാസ്യമനോഹര രൂപങ്ങളായി കഥകളി നർത്തനമുദ്രകളിൽ ലാസ്യമനോഹര രൂപങ്ങളായി തമ്പുരു ശ്രുതി ചേർത്തു ഗാഥകൾ പാടുമീ കിളിമൊഴിയാണീ മലയാളം എന്നും കവിത തുളുമ്പുമീ മലയാളം ഒഴുകും പുഴയുടെ ഈണത്തിലും തഴുകും തെന്നലിൻ താളത്തിലും ചിത്രശീലാദ്രത്ത വേദികളിൽ ചിലങ്കകളാടുന്നു താളങ്ങളായി ചിത്രശീലാദ്രത്ത വേദികളിൽ ചിലങ്കകളാടുന്നു താളങ്ങളായി സ്വാതി തിരുനാളിൻ ഗീതങ്ങൾ പാടുമീ നിറത്തിങ്കളാണു നീ മലയാളം എന്നും പ്രണമിച്ചു നിൽക്കുമീ മലയാളം ഒഴുകും പുഴയുടെ ഈണത്തിലും തഴുകും തെന്നലിൻ താളത്തിലും കൈരളി പാടുമീ മലയാള പഴമയിൽ കാണുവതേതൊരു ഭാവം നീ തേടുവതേതൊരു ഗീതം ഒഴുകും പുഴയുടെ ഈണത്തിലും തഴുകും തെന്നലിൻ താളത്തിലും.
What a flawless performance! Music is the soul of life and it gives immense peace to us. To render this immortal music, here comes Gianna Luisa Joy from Indian School Dasait.
ശ്രീലകവാതിലിൽ മൂവന്തിയിൽ നിന്റെ കാലുച്ച കേൾക്കാൻ കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കേ ശ്രീലകവാതിലിൽ മൂവന്തിയിൽ നിന്റെ കാലുച്ച കേൾക്കാൻ കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കേ മാലയമാടിയ മാറിടത്തിൽ നിറമാലയായി മാറാൻ തപിച്ചിരിക്കേ മാലയമാടിയ മാറിടത്തിൽ നിറമാലയായി മാറാൻ തപിച്ചിരിക്കേ ശ്രീലകവാതിലിൽ മൂവന്തിയിൽ നിന്റെ കാലുച്ച കേൾക്കാൻ കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കേ പോയ ജന്മങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ ദൂരെ ശ്യാമതടങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ പോയ ജന്മങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ ദൂരെ ശ്യാമതടങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ പാഴ്മുളം തണ്ടായി വിളിക്കുമ്പോൾ നിന്റെ രാഗപരാഗം തുടിക്കുമ്പോൾ നീറുന്ന ജീവന്റെ താഴ്വരയിൽ കടും നീലക്കടമ്പുകൾ പൂത്തുവല്ലോ ശ്രീലകവാതിലിൽ മൂവന്തിയിൽ നിന്റെ കാലുച്ച കേൾക്കാൻ കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കേ താലവനങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ ദൂരെ പ്രേമകുഞ്ചങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ താലവനങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ ദൂരെ പ്രേമകുഞ്ചങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നോ വാർമഴവില്ലായി വിരിയുമ്പോൾ നിന്റെ ലാസവിലാസം ചൊരിയുമ്പോൾ നീറുന്ന ജീവന്റെ താഴ്വരയിൽ കടും നീലക്കടമ്പുകൾ പൂത്തുവല്ലോ ശ്രീലകവാതിലിൽ മൂവന്തിയിൽ നിന്റെ കാലുച്ച കേൾക്കാൻ കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കേ മാലയമാടിയ മാറിടത്തിൽ താരകവാതിലിൽ മൂവന്തിയിൽ നിന്റെ കാലുച്ച കേൾക്കാൻ കൊതിച്ചിരിക്കേ.
That was indeed a lovely performance. Music touches us emotionally, where words alone can't. Now, let's move with our next participant, Alna Theresa Bibin from Indian School Dasit.
നീലരാവിൻ ജാലകപ്പാളികൾ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ തുറന്നു. നീലരാവിൻ ജാലകപ്പാളികൾ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ തുറന്നു. മതിലിക ചിരി തൂകും മാനത്തിൻ മുറ്റത്ത്, മതിമിക ചിരി തൂകും മാനത്തിൻ മുറ്റത്ത് താരക സുന്ദരി നിന്നു. നീലരാവിൻ ജാലകപ്പാളികൾ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ തുറന്നു. പ്രിയകരമാമൊരു ഗസലിന്റെ ഓർമ്മയായി മുല്ല തൻ മുട്ടു വിടർന്നു. പ്രിയകരമാമൊരു ഗസലിന്റെ ഓർമ്മയായി മുല്ല തൻ മുട്ടു വിടർന്നു. കാറ്റുകൾ കൈകളിൽ ഏന്തിയ പൂമണം, കാറ്റുകൾ കൈകളിൽ ഏന്തിയ പൂമണം, കാവുകൾ നീലെ പടർന്നു. നീലരാവിൻ ജാലകപ്പാളികൾ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ തുറന്നു. നാണം തുളുമ്പുമാ കായലിൻ നെഞ്ചകം പ്രിയമാത്രമായി തളർന്നു. നാണം തുളുമ്പുമാ കായലിൻ നെഞ്ചകം പ്രിയമാത്രമായി തളർന്നു. കളകളനൂപുര മുഖരിത പുളിനങ്ങൾ, കളകളനൂപുര മുഖരിത പുളിനങ്ങൾ ലാസ്യമദാലസമാടി. നീലരാവിൻ ജാലകപ്പാളികൾ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ തുറന്നു. മതിലിക ചിരി തൂകും മാനത്തിൻ മുറ്റത്ത് താരക സുന്ദരി നിന്നു. നീലരാവിൻ ജാലകപ്പാളികൾ മെല്ലെ മെല്ലെ തുറന്നു.
How sweet and eloquent our mother tongue is. You have rekindled a sense of belongingness. Indeed, a heart-stirring performance. A great song always lifts your heart, warms the soul, and makes you feel good. Let's enjoy the performance of Niranjan Sunil from Indian School Al Ghubra.
കർണികാരതീരങ്ങൾ കഥകളിയുടെ പദമാടി, കർപ്പൂര കുളിർക്കാറ്റ് കളിവഞ്ചിപ്പാട്ടായി. കർണികാരതീരങ്ങൾ കഥകളിയുടെ പദമാടി, കർപ്പൂര കുളിർക്കാറ്റ് കളിവഞ്ചിപ്പാട്ടായി. ശരത്കാലമേഘങ്ങൾ കലഹംസപ്പിടയായി. ശശിമുഖി നിനക്കെന്റെ സന്ദേശം വരവായി. കർണികാരതീരങ്ങൾ കഥകളിയുടെ പദമാടി, കർപ്പൂര കുളിർക്കാറ്റ് കളിവഞ്ചിപ്പാട്ടായി. ശരത്കാലമേഘങ്ങൾ കടലിന്റെ മഴ ഇതൾ പൊഴിയുകയായി കന്നികാര തീരങ്ങൾ കഥകളിയുടെ പദമാടി കർപ്പൂര കുളിർക്കാറ്റ് കളിവഞ്ചിപ്പാട്ടായി ശരത്കാലമേഘങ്ങൾ കളഹംസപ്പിടയായി ശശിമുഖി നിനക്കെന്റെ സന്ദേശം വരവായി കർണികാര തീരങ്ങൾ കഥകളിയുടെ പദമാടി കർപ്പൂര കുളിർക്കാറ്റ് കളിവഞ്ചിപ്പാട്ടായി കന്നികാര തീരങ്ങൾ കഥകളിയുടെ പദമാടി.
Wow, that was truly amazing. Songs can give you a soulful connection with moments despite happiness or sadness. Now, let's hear the next rendition by Sampurna Sinha from Indian School Muscat.
Ni sa ri ga ri ma ga ri ma pa ni dha ni dha sa ni dha ma pa ni sa ni sa re ma ga re ni sa re ni sa बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई हेरी ऊन बिना पलना सुहाय काम काज कछु ना भाई ऊन बिना पलना सुहाय काम काज कछु ना भाई निसदिन बीर हाय चलाय पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई आए बरखा बाहर आए रे रस की फुहार लाए रे बरखा बाहर रस की फुहार आंखों में प्यार लाई रे लाई रे लाई रे बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई हेरी पापा पनी सा पद पद मगरी पापा पनी सा रे पद पद मगरी गा पापा पनी सा पद पद मगरी पापा पनी सा रे पद पद मगरी गा मगरी ग म प नि सा रे नि सा ग म प नि सा रे पद नि नि म प नि नि प नि सा रे ग म ग सा सा नि नि द द प प सा प स प नि द प म प रि म ग सा सा रि प प बेरी सावन मुहे सताए मनवा प्यासी तड़प जाए बेरी सावन मुहे सताए मनवा प्यासी तड़प जाए अखियन में वो आस आए पिया नाए एरी 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 बीत जा पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी 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 बीत जात बरखा रुत पियानाई एरी.
What a magnificent voice! Indeed, a jaw-dropping performance.
The nectar of music is always sweet and heartwarming. We yearn for more, but never the opposite. Now, let's have a sweet performance by Daksha Pillai from Indian School Salala.
ഗസലുകൾ പൂക്കുന്ന രാത്രി ഗസലുകൾ പൂക്കുന്ന രാത്രി ഈണ കുയിലുകൾ പാടുന്ന രാത്രി ഗസലുകൾ പൂക്കുന്ന രാത്രി ഈണ കുയിലുകൾ പാടുന്ന രാത്രി പ്രിയ സഹഗായികെ പോരു നീ പ്രിയ സഹഗായികെ പോരു നീ മേഘത്തൊഴിന ചേർന്ന് മൽഹർ പോലെ ഗസലുകൾ പൂക്കുന്ന രാത്രി ഈണ കുയിലുകൾ പാടുന്ന രാത്രി പാടാം ഗാലിബൻ അനശ്വര ഗീതികൾ പാതിരാപ്പോ പോരികെ പാടാം ഗാലിബിൻ അനശ്വര ഗീതികൾ പാതിരാപ്പോ പോരികെ കാറ്റുമതെന്ത് സുഗന്ധലഹരിയിൽ കാറ്റുമതെന്ത് സുഗന്ധലഹരിയിൽ കാലുറയ്ക്കാതെ നീങ്ങുന്നു ഇനി നമുക്കേകാദാഹർഷ മുഹൂർത്തങ്ങൾ ഇതിനായി നാം എത്ര കൊതിച്ചു ഗസലുകൾ പൂക്കുന്ന രാത്രി ഈണ കുയിലുകൾ പാടുന്ന രാത്രി ആയി തോപ്പിലെ പനിനീർപ്പൂവാകെ വാറ്റി ഞാനത്തരായി കാണിക്ക വയ്ക്കാം ആയി തോപ്പിലെ പനിനീർപ്പൂവാകെ വാറ്റി ഞാനത്തരായി കാണിക്ക വയ്ക്കാം നിൻമുഖ സൗരഭം ഒന്നു നുകരുവാൻ നിൻമുഖ സൗരഭം ഒന്നു നുകരുവാൻ എന്നിൽ കനിയുകയല്ലേ യവനികയ്ക്കപ്പുറം കാതോർത്തിരിക്കുന്ന യവന മനോഹരി പോരൂ ഗസലുകൾ പൂക്കുന്ന രാത്രി ഈണ കുയിലുകൾ പാടുന്ന രാത്രി.
Wow, I can feel the music in the air. A really nice performance. The next performer who is ready to captivate us is Dakshina Dinesh from Indian School Sohar.
പുഴയുടെ തീരത്തൊരു ത്രാടരാവിൽ വിസ്മയമോടെ ഞാൻ നിന്നു. പുഴയുടെ തീരത്തൊരു ത്രാടരാവിൽ
It was a very strong performance. Great job.
Music is a part of life. There is nothing like music that can instantly transport us to another world, depicting the mood, the emotion that one is in, regardless of the current situation. We are fortunate today to have experienced this celebration of music.
The wide range of performances which were received under this category was meticulously sought out and carefully classified as A+ performances by our prominent judges Mr. Matthew Thomas, Miss Beena Sudhar and Miss Savita Kanpal. We thank them immensely for their time and promptness for the judgment. Here comes the audio visual of the judges.
A complete vocal performance is one where singers control over their voice and musical scales comes together. I was very happy to see the immense potential in some of the young singers. I would like to add that correct guidance and regular practice are the keys to become a great singer. The most mesmerizing singings were chosen as the best. But all the singers had put their best and their performances were excellent. I wish all the singers the best for their bright future. Thank you.
نور غزال تضيف طعم للحياة نور غزال تضيف طعم للحياة نور غزال يا أحلى لذات
Favorite brand in Sultanate of Oman for more than 2 decades. Noor Ghazal, health and happiness.
Let's move on to the next category of events, which is the Poetry Recitations English Solo. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. Robert Frost.
Poetry, the highest form of literature, influences us because it shows the different shades of human beings. It expresses different feelings in a beautiful language. It paints a picture of what the poet feels about a thing, person, idea, concept, or even an object.
Poetry recitation is literary work where ideas and feelings accentuated with the use of distinctive style and rhythm.
Let's start with a lovely recitation by Rutika Sanjay from Indian School Al-Seeb.
Warm greetings to one and all. Today, I'm going to recite a poem written by Rose Hartwick Thorpe, and the title of the poem is Curfew Must Not Ring Tonight. The story involves Bessie, a young woman whose lover Basil Underwood has been sentenced to die that night when the curfew bell rings. Knowing that Oliver Cromwell will be late in arriving, the young woman begs the old sexton to prevent the ringing of the curfew bell. So here goes the poem. Slowly, the England sun was setting over the hilltops far away, filling all the land with beauty at the close of one sad day. And its last rays kissed the forehead of a man and maiden fair. He with step so slow and weary, she with sunny floating hair. He with bowed head, sad and thoughtful, she with lips all cold and white, struggling to keep back the murmur, curfew must not ring tonight. Sexton, Bessie's white lips faltered, pointing to the prison old, with its walls tall and groovy, moss-grown, walls dark, damp and cold. I have a lover in this prison, doomed this very night to die, at the ringing of the curfew, and no earthly help is nigh. Cromwell will not come till sunset, and her lips grew strangely white, as she spoke in husky whispers, curfew must not ring tonight. Bessie, calmly spoke the sexton. Long years I've run this curfew from the groovy shadowed tower. Every evening, just at sunset, it had told the twilight hour. I've done my duty ever, tried to do it just and right. Now I'm old, I must not miss it. Curfew must ring tonight. Wide horizon, pale her features, stern and white her thoughtful brow. She had listened while the judges read, without a tear or sigh. At the ringing of the curfew, base Underwood must die. And her breath came fast and faster, and her eyes grew large and bright. One low murmur, faintly spoken, curfew must not ring tonight. The bell swung to and fro, and the sexton at the bell rope, old and deaf, heard not the bell, sadly thought that twilight curfew rang young Basil's funeral knell. Still the maiden, clinging firmly with quivering lip and fair face white, stilled her heart while throbbing, curfew shall not ring tonight. It was over. The bell ceased swing, and the maiden stepped once more firmly on the damp old ladder, where for 100 years before human foot had not been planted. The brave deed that she had done should be told long ages after. Over the distant hills comes Cromwell. Bessie sees him. At his feet she tells her story, shows her hands all bruised and torn, and her sweet young face still haggard with the anguish it had borne. Touched his heart with sudden pity, lit his eyes with misty light. Go, your lover lives, said Cromwell. Curfew shall not ring tonight. Bessie came with flying footsteps, eyes aglow with love that sweet, kneeling on the turf beside him, and laid his pardon at his feet. In his brave strong arms he clasped her, kissed her face upturned and white, and whispered, Darling, you have saved me. Curfew will not ring tonight. Curfew will not ring tonight. Thank you.
I wish it was longer. Wow, loved the performance. Poetry willfully takes us into the world of the poet without any hindrances. Now we have Hamna Nishtar from Indian School Salala.
Greetings for the day. Today I'm going to recite a poem which is written by Asha Christensen. Writer's block. I pick up the pencil, but I ask myself, why? I have no story to tell, no pain, no reason to write. Staring at the blank page, a thought wanders before me. I see a spark. Reaching out to grab it, my hand stretched out as far as I can, and nothing. It's all lost. All thought. All purpose. So I stare at the paper again. For hours, it seems. As I look up at the clock shining 1 p.m., I was ready to take a break. Standing up, fist clenched, shoulders broadened, until I had realized I'd started at 12:59. And that hunched me back over while releasing a sigh. So I continued to stare, waiting for that booklet of notebook paper to work its magic, to stare back at me and blink. That's what fuels me. A sense of accomplishment that I couldn't receive from the clock. As time slips away, I realize I'm not alone, lost and abandoned in this blank page. So when you find yourself and you're reaching for that sparkle, ready to grab it, but pull back. When you have emotion that builds up inside, but you can't seem to find the words to release to release you. I am trapped, my feet glued to the floor, a cluttered closet of insignificant thoughts, searching for the one to set me free, to fill up the emptiness of that blank page. But this time, when I look back at that page, I see words. So when you battle with your first blank page, those words you can't seem to find, just pick up the pencil as I did mine. Thank you.
We enjoyed the poem immensely. If words can capture a mood, then poetry is the right way. Now, let's listen to another recitation by Tehreem Navid from Indian School Dasset.
Good evening everyone. My name is Tehreem Navid and today I'm going to recite a poem called I Am the People, the Mob by Carl Sandburg. Through this poem, Carl Sandburg salutes the workers, the common people who actually do all the work to help build the world. I am the people, the mob, the crowd, the mass. Do you know that all the great work of the world is done through me? I am the working man, the inventor, the maker of the world's food and clothes. I am the audience that witnesses history. The Napoleons come from me, and the Lincolns. They die, and I send forth more Napoleons and Lincolns. I am the seed ground. I am a prairie that will stand for much plowing. Terrible storms pass over me. I forget. The best of me is sucked out and wasted. I forget. Everything but death comes to me and makes me work and give up what I have. And I forget. Sometimes I growl, shake myself and spatter a few red drops for history to remember. Then I forget. When I, the people, learn to remember. When I, the people, use the lessons of yesterday and no longer forget who robbed me last year, who played me for a fool. Then there will be no speaker in all the world say the name the people with any flake of sneer in his voice or any far-off smile of derision. The mob, the crowd, the mass will arrive then. Thank you.
I really enjoyed listening to this poem. Let's listen to another recitation by Ritika Jatin from Indian School Salala.
Greetings for the day. Today I am going to recite a poem by Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember roared its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor and reading entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor and reading entrance at my chamber door. This it is and nothing more." Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word they spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, where with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of the yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched upon my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern account of the countenance it wore, though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the nice Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word a sign of parting, purr of fiend, I shrieked up starting, get thee back into the tempest and the nice Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of the lie thy soul had spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust upon my door. Take thy bead from out my heart and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and its eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws a shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Thank you.
It was a delight to listen to this lovely poem. Poetic expressions are the foundation of any great poem. Let's witness the poetic expressions come alive before us. As the next performer is Aparna Rajiv from Indian School Dasit.
Daddy's Day by Cheryl Costello Forsyth. Her hair was up in a ponytail, her favorite dress tied with a bow. Today was Daddy's Day at school, and she couldn't wait to go. But her mommy tried to tell her that she probably should stay home, why the kids might not understand if she went to school alone. But she was not afraid. She knew just what to say, what to tell her classmates of why he wasn't there today. One by one, the teacher called a student from the class to introduce their daddy as seconds slowly passed. At last the teacher called her name. Every child turned to stare. Each of them was searching for a man who wasn't there. "Where's her daddy at?" she heard a boy call out. "She probably doesn't have one," another student dared to shout. The words did not offend her, as she smiled up at her mom and looked back at her teacher, who told her to go on. "My daddy couldn't be here because he lives so far away, but I know he wishes he could be, since this is such a special day. And though you cannot meet him, I wanted you to know all about my daddy and how much he loves me so. He loved to tell me stories. He taught me to ride my bike. He surprised me with red roses and taught me to fly a kite. We used to share 5 Sundays and ice cream in a cone. And though you cannot see him, I'm not standing here alone, 'cause my daddy is always with me. Even though we're apart, I know because he told me he'll forever be in my heart. I love my daddy very much. He is my shining star. And if he could, he'd be here, but heaven's just too far. I know you're with me, Daddy." To the silence she called out. And what happened next made believers of those for once filled with doubt. Not one in the room could explain it, for each of their eyes had been closed. But there on the desk beside her was a fragrant long stem thread rose. And the child was blessed, if only for a moment, by the love of her shining bright star, and given the gift of believing that heaven is never too far. Thank you.
I enjoyed the poetic expressions. A well-paced poem has the words clearly paced, which evokes the best rhythm. Next, we have Vaishnavi Sumit from Indian School Dasait.
Good morning to one and all. Today, I'm going to recite the poem The Hands of a Warrior by Patricia A. Fleming. This poem describes the thoughts of a woman while she grows old. The hands of a warrior. Purple veins strain against the skin. Pale, translucent, paper thin. Skinny fingers clawed in monstrous shapes. Brown spots from years that she can't erase. Now wrinkled and fragile, weak and sore. So many things she can't do anymore. Some days she feels she's being betrayed by the cruelty of her advancing age. She rubs her hands to ease the ache and recalls the life they helped to make. She looks at them and feels the loss. Living a life bears a very high cost. Hands that held her children near, that gently dried their salty tears. Hands that held her husband tight, that never let go against the fight. Miraculous hands that protected and soothed. Hands that conveyed her every mood. Hands so strong they could carry the weight, that would never give up and never forsake. Hands that always took little but always gave. Hands that applauded each achievement made. Those soft, sweet hands that gently cared for those sick or lost in dark despair. Those hands that were always so willing to give. Hands that revealed a life fully lived. Small, feeble hands now empty and cold. These hands that each day will keep growing old. These hands she now tends to hide away. These hands at times made her feel ashamed, grotesque and useless in her eyes. They rest in her lap as she quietly cries. But I see the hands of a hero so true. A woman who survived what life put her through. A woman whose heart still shimmers like gold, with the hands of a warrior who made her mark on this world. Thank you.
The pace of the poem was carried off really well. Let's move forward with the next performer, Nakshatra Rajesh Kumar from Indian School Dasait.
Today I'm going to recite the poem Casabianca, written by an English poet, Felicia Dorothea Hemans. In this poem, the poet deals with the story of a faithful and an obedient son named Casabianca. This poem is about a real incident that happened in 1798 during the Nile War. Here goes the poem, Casabianca. The boy stood on the burning deck, whence all but he had fled. The flame that lit the battle's wreck shone round him o'er the dead. Yet beautiful and bright he stood, as born to rule the storm, a creature of heroic blood, a proud though childlike form. The flames rolled on. He would not go without his father's words. That father, faint in death below, his voice no longer heard. He called aloud, "Say, Father, say if yet my task is done." He knew not that the chieftain lay unconscious of his son. "Speak, Father!" once again he cried, "if I may yet be gone." And but the booming shots replied, and fast the flames rolled on. Upon his brow he felt their breath, and in his waving hair, and looked from that lone post of death in still yet brave despair, and shouted, but once more aloud, "My father, must I stay?" While over him, fast through sail and shroud, the wreathing fires made way. They wrapped the ship in splendor wild. They caught the flag on high and streamed above the girl and child like banners in the sky. There came a burst of thunder sound. The boy, where was he? Asked of the winds that far around with fragments strewed the sea. With mast and helm and pennon fair, the well had borne their part. But the noblest thing which perished there was that young, faithful heart. Thank you.
We are impressed with the choice of the poem and the way it was recited. Now, let's get ready for the next recitation by Janila Ashira Kumar from Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir.
Chiku's birthday by Paramita Kaur. It was little Chiku's third birthday, so a kid and bought a balloon. Blue as the sky, round as the moon. But who is Chiku? He's Dinku Donkey's friendly neighbor, the creepy and crawly little caterpillar. Chiku's grandmother and grandfather, Iku and Miku, were there too, with candles, cake and a big cauliflower. Who were the other guests? Elephant Shakti with her fat twins, Gablu and Bablu, and their 16 cousins. Ela, Neela, Ali and Lily hopped the fish with mittens on their fins. Inside Jumpy's pouch, Joey slept, but woke with a start when Kadam stepped. Then Chintu, Boom and Mukabla came, just as the others had begun their game. Lazy Balu came uninvited with some honey, and Chiku was delighted. In Pin and Tin were as usual late. They came running in without even closing the gate. What did they eat? 'Twas a grand feast for everyone. Look at that cake! Oh, what fun! There was Beetlejuice and papri chaat and jalebi with chutney for a start. Quietly Kadam reached for the cake, took a bite, but soon said, "Oh, Dadi dear, you forgot to bake." But the paneer pakoras were too good. It ate them all while it simply stood. The doklas were great, but slightly sweet, said Ali. Dinku looked up. "That's burfi, you silly." The idlis were steaming, and so was the chai for Gablu's cousins who came from Chennai. All ate until their stomachs hurt and groaned, "Chiku, you're an expert." But Chiku? Where is Chiku? He's not here, he's not there. On his birthday, how did he disappear? Aki looked under the table, the bed too. He shouted loudly, "Chiku, where are you?" Grandpa crawled up the bedroom wall, and in his tension had a bad fall. Lily picked up the phone to call the police, and Iku cried, "Find my Chiku, please." The policemen looked here, while their dog sniffed there. But the birthday boy was simply nowhere. "Poor Chiku Bhaiya," sobbed Pin. "I promise not to steal your crayons again." For a moment, everything was silent. Only sniffs were heard from all present. But who is snoring so loud? Kadam marched ahead. Everyone else followed. "Look," said Joey, "it's the cauliflower." "A snoring cauliflower? Are you sure?" "And Mama, Collie has a pouch like you. Maybe there's a baby in it too."
into the big hole in the cauliflower, curled up inside Chico peacefully lay. With a big belly he was snoring away. Thank you.
Indeed, it was a captivating performance.
We always expect a genre to fulfill a certain area, but poetry and genre chosen never fails to fulfill completely. Next, we have Catherine Sarah Thomas from Indian School Nizwa.
Today, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to recite the heart-etching poem, Wolflake by Elizabeth Baczynski. She was born in 1976. The poem explains the rape and murder of a teenage girl in the victim's voice. It was all done by a boy she knew since childhood. And here it goes. It was down that road he brought me, still in the trunk of his car. I won't say it felt right, but it did feel expected, the way you know your blood can spring like a hydrant. That September the horseflies were a murder in the valley. I come home to visit the family, getting a couple of weeks of free food, hooked up with a guy I knew when I was a kid, and things went bad. When he cut me, I remember looking down, my blood started rising like paper snakes leaping from a tin. He danced me around his basement apartments, dumped me on the Chesterfield, sat down beside me, and lit a smoke. He seemed a black bear in the glow, shoulders rounded under his clothes, so I tried to remember everything I knew about black bears. Whistle while you walk, carry bells. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Play dead. Everything slowed. I'll tell you a secret. It's hard to kill a girl. You've got to cut her right and you've got to cut her bad, and the boy had done neither. Pain rose along the side of my body like light. I lay very still while he smoked beside me. This boy I'd camped with every summer since I was 12. The lake, so quiet. You could hear the sound of a heron skim the water at dusk, or the sound of a boy's breathing. I come to in the trunk of his car, gravel like kicking up against the frame, dust coming in through the cracks. It was dark. I was thirsty. I couldn't move my hands or legs. The pain was still around. I think I was tired. You know, you hear about the body all the time. They found the body was found, and then you are one. Someone once told me the place had been a valley before the dam, before the town, but that was a long time ago. When the engine stopped, I heard the silver sound of key in the lock. And then I was up on his shoulders, tasting blood. I think he said my name. I think he walked toward the woods. Thank you.
Wow, it was a mind-blowing performance.
Expression always finds its words in poetry. Let's move forward with the next performer, Sarah Khan from Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir.
The Tiranga. I was born in 1947, made out of handspun cotton on a charkha, dyed in the three colors of courage, peace and the earth. I symbolize independence. Sometimes I wonder if people have forgotten me, forgotten where I came from. I wonder if people understand that I am not an outcome of because in truth there is valor. Freedom is to aspire. It is a willing child hitting helicopter shots in his backyard in pursuit of becoming the next great cricketer. It is a boy watching videos in Banaras dreaming of becoming the next big filmmaker. It is a doctor quitting his job to go to the neighboring country and help victims of an earthquake rebuild their broken homes. It is love sometimes, losing but never giving up. It is love that has created me, an emblem of the right to choose who it is you want to be. A long-haired poet writing poems about peace and the stars, or a sari-clad engineer making idlis at home, or sending an orbiter to Mars. The choice is yours, because free will is a state of awareness. It is what you find, not when you look around, but when you search within. India is just a country, mere lines on a map, and I am just a flag, a simple piece of cloth. We are reaching for the skies, but it is you who will touch them. Bless them, it is you who will be blessed by them. So rise, rise, because if every decade was counted as an hour, from the stroke of midnight, when we first awoke to life and freedom, we are now embracing the sunrise. Thank you.
Wow, that was indeed a great recitation. Variety of poems recited today will forever resonate with every experience in our lives.
The world of poetry is vast. Today, we had a glimpse of that wonderful world and a slice of language, word arrangement, and the beauty of recitation through our talented students. Let the joy of poem and the love of language set our heart always on rhythm.
The major role in selecting and categorizing must have been a tedious process for the judges, as every performance is excellent. We thank the judges panel, Ms. Cheryl Sinha, Mrs. Loretta Ellis, and Mrs. Monica Menon for having taken time off their busy schedule to judge and finalize the best performances. Here comes the audio-visual of the judges.
Hello, my dear young friends. I wish to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful festival of yours. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to each one of you, your poems, your expressions. It was a wonderful experience and took me back to my own childhood days. Each one of you performed really well. It was difficult to judge also at times. But for me, each one of you is a winner. So congratulations to each one of you for your performance, for your confidence, for your poems, and I wish to thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this program once again. Thank you and congratulations. God bless.
تضيف طعم للحياة. نور غزال تضيف طعم للحياة. نور غزال أحلى لذات.
Favorite brand in Sultanate of Oman for more than 2 decades. Noor Ghazal, health and happiness.
are Oman's first money exchange. Bring home your exchange. We exchange trust.
As we come to the closing of today's event, we express our gratitude to the participants for showcasing their talents and the members associated with ISTF 2021 for being supportive throughout.
We congratulate all the participants for the catchy and captivating performances.
Thanks to you all.